Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Vex, and we're back with another video today. Something completely new to my channel that I haven't done before. I've mostly done gaming videos in the past, but today we're going to take a dive into Legos. Now, I went ahead and ordered some custom Lego Ninjago figures from one of the many websites that do this type of custom Lego pieces, and I honestly initially thought it wasn't going to actually come in. The package wasn't going to make it. I was very scared that it was going to be a scam because I've recently dived back into buying Ninjago sets, and I recently got scammed on Facebook for trying to buy some older sets, and it didn't feel great. But if you're a fan of Ninjago, then maybe you've seen that recently Lego has been releasing anniversary sets for their 15-year anniversary. And like me, if you grew up watching Ninjago, then I'm sure you probably enjoyed the early series and the mini sets that they had back then. But recently, I took a deep dive back into Ninjago, and in the following clips that I'm showing right now, you guys can see that. Obviously, my collection is a little bit extensive right now for someone who just got into it in maybe like the last 2 months or so. I don't know. I've just been going crazy on looking for sets and looking for sets that I used to own, and some I found and some I haven't, because right now the Ninjago market is crazy. People are loving it, and scalpers are loving it, unfortunately, too, so that tends to be a situation. But a lot of the times recently, my situations haven't been running into scalping situations. It's just the demand is high, and you know, it makes sense. Some of the sets are hard to find completely sealed, or at least complete, and stuff like that. They are old sets, which is understandable. But today we're going to be looking at a lot of minifigures that I've wanted from these sets that are hard for me to find, because I figured if I can't have the sets, then I will by any means get the minifigures. But again, just like finding sets, the minifigures sometimes are just as hard to find. You have some minifigures going for $1,200, some minifigures going for $500, $600, $700, and you know, I don't have that kind of money to spend on one figure. I have that money maybe to spend across an extensive list of sets and stuff like that. But today we got them in, and again, I'm surprised on the tracking. It didn't say it was going to get in today. It said they were still in Illinois, and that we were going to be waiting for a bit, but they're in. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, to start things off, we're going to start with one of my favorite ninja, or I'd say many people's favorite ninja, but my favorite ninja, of course, growing up was Kai. And I got these specific golden sets because I know I'm never going to get them if these were made legit. I forget if these are ones that were actually made or just for 1 or 2 characters, but I got them anyways because I thought they were cool. This is how he looks like so far. Honestly, the face looks really nice. It's really nice for a replica, and the suit also looks really good. Honestly, the details on here are pretty nice, a lot nicer than what I was expecting. I didn't think that they were going to come in pretty good for what they were. And these weren't really expensive either. I was surprised by the prices on the site because they were very cheap, at least for me, right? Because, some of these go, again, for a couple $100, $20, $30, stuff like that. But this guy looks great. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me finish putting him together real quick, and then that way we can get to doing something. Oh, did I put that in the right way? The wrong way, maybe? It's not going all the way in. Seems like it pushes further in, or either bro has like a very long reach. Oh no, yeah, it does push all the way in. I'm just having trouble getting this bit in. If you guys can see, hold on, let me try doing this off camera. Maybe I'm stronger. Oh no, I just broke his arm off. Okay, there we go. I've popped his hand into place. Let me pop his shoulder or his arm back into place. And again, looking at this off camera, this looks great. For the first opening, this looks great. Kai, he comes with his hairpiece, and the hairpiece, if I can get it on. Oh, but actually, hold on. Yeah, he has a mask. Forgot he has a mask. Hold on, let me get the mask on there. The mask also looks great. Take a look at that. Nice detail into the making of that plastic piece. The grooves on it looks nice. Fits his face pretty well too. It seats properly. Now, my experience with custom figures so far has been not so good. I'm gonna throw a couple clips of custom figures that I have bought off of eBay. These weren't from a specific site, so I don't know where these people got them from, but these were not as good as what I'm, handling right now. His hair may be a bit too short over the eyes, maybe not. I'd have to compare it with the original, but it does kind of hide his eyes a bit. But other than that, it looks great. It comes with the techno, or is this the techno blade? Yeah, the techno blade weapon. I don't know if these were made to kind of like try and give golden forms to all of them the way Lloyd did at the end. But it seems like it. And, oh, let's see if it'll seat itself on this bit. Geez, okay, so a little bit rough to seat them into place. Moves around a little stiff around the legs, but other than that, it looks great for the first figure. Again, this looks pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and start stacking them back here, and then we'll do a big overview of everything next and stuff like that. Up next, we have Zane the Ninjroid. A lot of people, I'm sure, were very shocked when the episode where you find out that he's a Ninjroid came out, because I surely was. I was not expecting that. As a kid, I thought that was crazy. Zane is one of the nicest and coolest out of all the ninja. He just seems always very calm, collected, ready to go. Obviously, I mean, he's a fucking Ninjroid, so it makes sense that bro is calculated. It makes sense that bro does, everything ahead of time in his head after he unlocked his potential. Little preview of my cat there for you guys. I'm having a little bit of trouble putting this mask piece on. I don't know if it's just me. So if you guys take a look at this, it's not round enough to let the bottom of the Lego piece go through. It's kind of like bent, I don't know, or twisted. I don't know if it like was made a little bit incorrectly. I don't know if you guys can, I have very bad angles on this, sorry. I don't know if you guys can tell by that, but where's the headpiece? Here it is. So when I try to like seat him in here, maybe this will be a better visual. When I try to seat him in the bandana, he doesn't fit. Well, no. Well, it's okay. We're not gonna keep messing with it. The hair piece goes on pretty nicely right there. Again, the mask opening isn't wide enough to allow his head to seat properly onto it. So that's just one thing that comes with these. I mean, obviously these aren't genuine Lego. These are custom made. From what I saw, they're supposedly coming from China. So again, makes sense. They probably have these mass produced, and that's probably why they go for real cheap on top of that. And that's okay. I mean, I don't really mind. No one is personally going to be coming over and I'm assuming fact checking me for all my figures. Plus, I'd rather just have them if I can, regardless of how they are, whether they're genuine or not. Because some of these I'm never going to find, or I'm never going to be able to get legit if, the prices are going to keep being what they are. But for, a custom Lego, this is pretty good. Again, the details are all there. The figure is very detailed. It's not like they went bad on the print on the torso or anything. It looks nice, but yeah, for Zane in particular, his mask, kind of hard to put on. Up next is the Rizzler himself, Jay. This man always trying to hit up Nia and everything throughout the entire series, but he's a chaser. He's a chaser. And going on with the same thing, he looks great. Nothing different with these figures. It seems like these in particular were made pretty good. Just Zane's mask unfortunately wasn't up to par with Kai, at least, but let's see if maybe Jay's will be different. And at least the hair looks pretty decent. I mean, you can see where obviously the plastic maybe was cut for whatever reason, but other than that, it looks great. This looks pretty good as well. his techno blade, and then I keep forgetting to put the masks on this guy. Oh, this one, see, this one a lot better on that end, so maybe this one will fit as well. Let's see if it'll fit like Kai's. Yes, okay. So just one that unfortunately, and maybe turning their heads is another issue with this one, but at least his mask, his bandana went on. That was good. The hair sits properly. I had a minifigure that the hair just kind of, or the helmet didn't really look good, so that's what I was worried about with these, but the headpieces are actually pretty good as well. We got Jay with his techno blade there. Put him on his stand. Okay, there we go. That came off. Let's do that. Let's do one of those. There we go. Golden Jay. Oh, it's bandana. Bandana moved a little. Oh. Anyways. Next up, it looks like we have Cole. And Cole looks also pretty good. The face, very almost close to what the original looks like. I'm not gonna lie. I was, again, worried that some of these were gonna come with like very weirdly painted faces. The ones I got from the eBay sellers, just, they weren't it. They were very weird. But I guess it makes sense. Who knows how, again, who knows how they are getting their stuff. This guy's hand is a little bit hard to place on that one. I'm gonna try the other one and see how that goes. Now, I will say, getting complete sets aside being like pretty tough right now, it's not that terrible, I'd say, right? What I'd recommend for people who want to get a couple of these sets going and try to find some cheap ones in your area is, I'd say check your Facebook Market. I've seen a lot of like Facebook Market ads for Ninjago pieces and Lego sets and everything like that I didn't think I'd find before, and sometimes people are selling them for the cheap. I don't know if they know that they're selling it cheap. I don't know if they just, you know, want to let people, you know, have a good time with the sets and you know, dive into them as well, just for whatever reasons. But I've had great luck finding some sets on Facebook Market, so I definitely recommend, if you want to find some sets, you know, maybe eBay's not cutting it right now, or other Lego store sites aren't doing it, definitely try your Facebook Marketplace. Here is Cole though, and Cole looks great. His hair, you can obviously tell where it was like cut from the manufacturing process, and it obviously doesn't look as genuine as the real set. But other than that, he looks great. So far, only 1 out of 4 from that set in particular came out bad. I bought some of these in sets based off of the seasons. Up next, it seems like I got this golden Lloyd. I assume this is from the fight against the Overlord. That's the only guess I can have on where this came from. I'm not entirely sure if this was maybe one of the golden ones that were made for like some sort of other anniversary, like in the Legacy sets I've seen. But this one looks good, and the suit looks great. The helmet and the armor piece sit just as you would think on a genuine Lego. I'm very surprised again that the quality so far has been better than I expected. I didn't think these were going to be good. And I'll be linking the website on where I got these. That way, if you guys want to check some out and you know, see what they got for you, you can go ahead and do so. I definitely am for trying to help people find, you know, good alternatives and cheaper alternatives to some of these things, because, you know, I know it's kind of hard right now for everyone to be spending full price on some Lego sets and stuff like that. I'm always looking for deals and, you know, sales on eBay, stuff that people are selling for cheap, whether it be unsealed, you know, I don't mind. I'll put it together, whether it come with the booklet or not. I don't mind. The instructions, they have them on the Lego site, and they have an app where they have the instructions so you can follow along on your phone, and they have them for retired sets, so you're not really missing out. You can definitely still get some of these sets, and maybe even you can build them from just the parts list. I know some people, like started diving into the Lego community as best as I can recently, and I've discovered Lego stores, you know, stores like Bricks and Minifigs, stores that are local to your area that may you know, do Lego vending and stuff like that. And I've, you know, discovered a lot of people go and they'll come with their list of parts and everything, and it's so cool. But I definitely recommend you guys doing that just to get some sort of, you know, set collection going if you want to give it a try. Now, next up, what we're going to do is we're going to, if you see these pieces scattered, we're going to go ahead and take a look at these upgraded versions of the Techno blade that I found on that site. Because when I initially started looking for figures and stuff on this site, the reason I wanted was because I wanted more of the minifigs from the original, you know, original first 2 seasons that I did get to watch and that I enjoyed. And before I found those golden versions of them with their techno weapons, and then also the suit versions of them with their techno weapons, I came across Kai's jet, and this was a genuine one that I found. And I was glad to do so because this was one of the sets that I owned back as a kid, and I do have a genuine Kai minifigure from that time, you know, one of the genuine ones, and I wanted to complete the set. And like I said, finding these is hard. Just trying to find Zane's copter from this season complete maybe is like 150 and up. It's been tough trying to find some of these original figures, and so with that I wanted to order the suits corresponding to them from the seasons that I enjoyed and the ones coming up that I thought were cool from this website. And this website had it all. This website has, you know, their minifigures, villains and heroes alike. It has these weapon upgrades. These in particular are better versions of their techno blades. As you can see, you have to put these together, you know, by hand, and you get to see as they go into place. They spin, they have mobility. I thought these were super cool, and they're nice quality so far. I mean, look at that shine, look at that cutout, the gloss, everything looks great on this. Oh, my cat wants to keep getting up and say hello to everyone. He just wants to sit on my table now. That's lovely. I'm gonna have to move him here soon, but trying to get this into place. There you go. This is supposed to be for Zane, I imagine, and it has an extra saw. I don't know if maybe I didn't place one somewhere. Next we got Coles, and all of these come with these little saw blades. That's pretty cool. Signify the ones that the Technoblades had on the show. And so far it's been easy to put together. Nothing has been giving me a hard time besides the hands, of course. As you guys saw earlier, I was struggling. Am I putting this on the right way? Yeah, I had it right the first time. It's a little hard recording while doing this and trying to give you guys the best angle. This is, as you can tell, my first Lego video. I probably need to do something better about my setup. All I was able to do was clear my desk, but I'm gonna have to do this off camera while my cat, you know, inspects you guys. Does a little inspection, but hopefully doesn't eat the dang things. But say hello to the camera, big boy, chonk. Keep them company while I fiddle around with this. Please don't eat the Technoblade weapons. Please don't eat the Technoblade weapons. Okay, thank you. Come here. Thank you for being the placeholder for the moment. I'm able to get, oh, this comes with a chain. Look at that. Chain that I'm assuming I'm gonna have to get into this. So I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm so sorry. If this does well, of course, I'll keep doing some more Ninjago videos. And these aren't the only things I have sitting waiting to be built. I'm gonna be throwing up some clips of just, you know, how extensive my collection was, but also what I've been doing. I've been finding some nice sets and ones that I've, you know, just been hunting down for if I could find them for cheap, and I've been doing pretty good. So if these videos do well, or if this particular video does well, then I'm definitely for making more review videos and checking out some of the Lego sets, maybe building some of the Lego sets as a video. I don't know if any of you guys would be interested in that. I know I've seen people do it, but for the particular sets I've got, like I told you guys, I got the suits from that time when they were fighting the Overlord and trying to find the, you know, the way to defeat him. Sheesh, sorry about that, little burp. But it looks great. I mean, holy crap. I'm again very surprised so far by the quality of some of these minifigures. I didn't expect them to look as good as they do. I for sure was like, nah, these are gonna be bad. And these are gonna look weird, and they're probably not even gonna get here. And I thought I was gonna get scammed, and maybe gonna have to, you know, charge back the charges of this and everything like that. But I'm very happy with the results, and I'm very happy with so far how it's been going. The only problem being the neck piece for the golden zane. Every other piece so far has been doing great, and the hair pieces have been doing great. Everything looks really nice. Holy shit. I was not expecting this. This is crazy. Look at that. And they seat well on this once you give it a good push. Like that. And there we go. Zane. Now we got Cole. And Cole looks, again, very great. The print, everything looks super nice. Let's see if this can get a focus on it. Yeah. Look at that. These are great. Honestly, these look like genuine ones to me, and I could be fooled for sure. At least in these in particular. Definitely not the ones I got off the website, except for the dragon form ones. And I threw some of those clips up there earlier, but I had a situation with those where I thought I was getting all 4 genuine ones for a very good deal. But a lot of sellers, what they'll do is they'll put the Lego name at the beginning to get you to click on their listing, but then later on they have something like custom or whatever. And I guess what I should have known from that instance was that the custom ones obviously are non-genuine ones. Now, they won't say these are non-genuine ones. Some listers will, and I appreciate those who do tell you, hey, these aren't genuine Lego pieces. These are, you know, my own creation type deal. Because for the dragon ones, I thought they were genuine ones, and I thought I was getting a steal. So they came in, and they weren't real. The only one that I had maybe some like semblance of thinking that it was real was the Cole one, but like even looking at it now, I don't think it was. I have one of the genuine dragon, you know, early dragon forms of Jay when I got the Jay bike, as you guys saw in the little reel of my collection, and I compared them, and obviously, you know, the face print is different, the helmet swivel a lot, the head spins on its own. It's not good quality, and I thought I was getting really good quality, but I did. But now next up is Jay, and he will be going next. But again, just be careful when you're buying these figures on like non-custom sites, I guess I would say. I wouldn't say so far that this website did me dirty. I tried doing a little search on this, and I didn't find too many crazy bad reviews about them. And again, the YouTuber that I originally got this idea from for reviewing these custom figures, he ordered them, and you know, they got to his place fine. So I shouldn't have had anything to worry about, but you know, in my personal experience lately with trying to find Lego sets, it has not gone too well. But these guys look great. I'm kind of just like at a loss at whether like maybe some of these parts are genuine, maybe like the heads are genuine, because the faces look really close. But when looking for like the Lego identifier, it's not there. So then it's just a reminder that obviously these are not the real Lego ones, but they could be. I mean, sheesh. Again, small imperfections when you bring them up close. Maybe a little bit of a color difference in the hair or something, but nothing that you can tell right away that would have you being like, oh yeah, that's a fake right away. You got to really get up close and personal with these to really get that impression. And again, had I come across these without really doing any prior research, I'd probably get these thinking they were genuine. Moving on to the next season of Ninjago that I got figures for, it is the Elemental Sword season. And again, for this one, I found a genuine Kai that I had of this season for the mech. And that was another set that I had back in the day. I had his little fire mech from this season, but again, that got taken away and thrown. And I found a genuine one as I was going to, or no, I got this one online. But this was one of my favorite seasons as well, and I thought that the robe that they had on was so cool. I liked the design, I liked the style. It was one of my favorite suits. I honestly, because I only just recently got back into Ninjago, and I didn't know that it had continued on for so long, you know, besides the sets that I bought along the years. Obviously, you know, when I'd go into the Lego store and I'd see a Ninjago set, I'd be like, oh wow, this is still here? That's crazy. And then, you know, maybe get like the cheapest set at the time, because I wasn't really collecting them a lot like that. But now I am, and now I regret not ever getting those sets, because when I look at the Lego store and I search up these sets to try to find their full name or their ID numbers, I see what the original pricing was, and I want to kill myself sometimes in-game, because I missed out on some crazy deals. And now some of these sets go for double that or triple that, and it's crazy out here because they expect me to pay an arm and a leg for a Lego set that, you know, maybe shouldn't be, you know, super high valued, and maybe priced at the fact that, you know, someone wants to be nostalgic and play with it again. But that is not how the market works. Now, this figure also looks really great. I love the suits. I love the print on this. The sword, it comes with its elemental sword as well. I wanted to collect all of those because it's one of my favorite seasons, one of my favorite weapons that they had. I wish they would have kept this going forward, but obviously, you know, they had to switch up different things. And I've grown in appreciation for the many different weapons they've gone through. Ninjago has been what seems like a very creative IP for Lego. Continuing on with the next J, I mean, what else can I say, guys? This entire video is just going to be me glazing the quality, but I can't really deny it. I mean, it's there. Maybe the face is not genuine. Maybe you can tell that the face is a little bit printed largely on it, or I don't know if the original one was printed like that, because I know one of the original Lloyds, it had a big face print, and that's just how it was. But, you know, this looks great. That aside, these are gonna look so good in my collection, and I already have a collection, as you can see. So adding these is just gonna only make it a lot greater for me and my nostalgia for these products. I mean, hey, if Lego wants to, you know, give me a little sponsorship out there or something, I would be delighted. I would love to review these. Obviously, I'd have to be a little bit more family friendly, so I apologize for my earlier comments, but I would enjoy that very much. I always loved building Legos. I'm a very quick Lego builder when I don't have a camera standing right in front of me, and I zoom through my sets. I mean, I grew up with Legos. They were my favorite thing. Whether it was Ninjago, Bionicle, I was able to get some of those and make everything when they were in tubes, if you guys remember that. So I was a huge fan growing up, and I fell off, and then I fell back on, and now I'm, you know, reviewing minifigures for a video. So fun times. Now, like I said, for many of these sets, what I'm missing are the other 3 ninja aside from Kai, or in some cases 4, or in some cases 5, because now Nia is part of the team. But in some cases I'll be missing all those, and I'll be doing my best to try to find them. But for these particular figures, I'm not gonna be getting, you know, another Kai probably until the next season after this one. But as you guys can tell, I'm definitely trying to build my collection for all the many suits that were there before. And Zane's suit, I mean, holy fuck. My favorite color is black, and Zane's suit in particular looked really great in season when he had the black and the accents and everything. This one looks just so good. It's gonna look so great. And the helmets, they fit on properly. Oh, this one's head moves along with the helmet. That's the only other thing. This has a little color imperfection right there. I don't know if the camera wants to pick it up. There we go. But other than that, it looks great. And again, it comes with its elemental sword. This one, it comes with the actual piece that was used, or at least the replica piece. Sorry, I had to dive back in because my camera died. But yeah, the original elementals came with this piece and not the one that I've been building, this one. Or maybe they did and I didn't have the sets to confirm. But I remember Kai's and, you know, Zane's also being with this longer handle. but placing him now with the rest of the group. And the minifigure collection over here is building up, so you guys are gonna slowly see it creep up in the corner over here. Moving on, we got Lloyd, and for some reason Lloyd is the only one who came with the shoulder armor, which is okay. I enjoy the guys with their like non-shoulder armor because that's again how it was in the show. That's how I remember them. So it doesn't do any troubles for me not to have them for the rest of the ninja. But Lloyd comes with the shoulder armor that we're going to go ahead and apply. And as you can tell, his head and his face print is a little bit different. It comes with both sides, the scared face and the prepared face. So Lloyd looks pretty good, and the eyes maybe are a little bit too spaced out. Maybe. Well, yeah, they are very spaced out. But other than that, it looks nice. And you can tell that the armor is obviously different. Looking at it closely off camera right now. And the armor piece is a little wiggly on the neck. It's also just, it looks like a smaller version of the actual shoulder pad, if I'm being honest. It looks also a little bit thicker, if you guys can see that. But it definitely looks like a toy rather than like the Lego piece. He comes with the swords. Unfortunately, these pieces didn't come with a base plate like the other ones did. I would have enjoyed having a base plate for each of these. But here's Lloyd. Whoops. Now the next ones we got are the Skybound series, Skybound J right now, and this one's face, again, these faces are looking very genuine, so it's kind of hard to tell when they're not. But I'm not gonna lie, this one comes with the sword from that season, which I still haven't gotten to that part yet, so I don't know how the weapon is built. I'm probably gonna try my best to build it. I'm probably not gonna get it right, and that is okay. But looking at Jay so far, torso build and head and shoulder piece, he looks great. Holy shit. These I think were also a little bit particularly hard to find, at least cheap, which makes sense. It's not like the easiest thing to find. I think it's like this, or is it? Maybe. I think so. Maybe like that. And then I guess it comes with this piece right here. Oh yeah, it does. It comes with it looks like how they looked when they were trapped inside of it. Comes with the face printed stud right there. Little axe pieces as the handle, or the little winged handle that it looks like it has. And I think that's it. I think they grab it from this base at the bottom. I thought it had like a handle with it, but mine, this one in particular, doesn't. And looking at this set, it's looking like I didn't get Skybound Zane, which is unfortunate because I thought I'd got all of them. But no matter, it's always a matter of just placing another order. You know what I mean? But putting these arms together, I'm very sorry I keep doing shit off camera. It's kind of hard to put these together without having to use a lot of force that I can't really exert with the camera in the way. But finish putting him together now, twisting his arms back in place and giving him his blade. Heck yeah, this thing looks sick. Jay, Skybound with his blade. I don't know if that requires a handle at the bottom. He comes with two swords. Oh, I just blew that off. He comes with two swords that I'm going to go ahead and place in the back. And he also comes with a stand. Oh, I love this. I'm definitely loving the ones that come with their own stand, because that'll just be easier to place in the case along with the other ones. Here we got Lloyd next, or, you know, as Garmadon would say from the Lego movie, Lloyd. We like to use that name when talking about Lloyd, and I think it's pretty funny. I like that gag. The movie was, as interesting as it was, it had pretty good jokes, and I thought it was interesting. I may not have enjoyed some of the voice actors for some of the characters, but other than that, I thought it was a pretty good movie. Let's get his arms on. And this one in particular, I'm having a little bit more trouble. Okay, wow. Not fun. Let me just Try a different angle. Okay. It was just being stubborn. Just being a little stubborn. His other arms. And he also comes with, oh, the torso came off. He also comes with the shoulder pad. Right there. Put his head back on. Get his green helmet on. I don't know about you guys, but I also was shocked at the green. Oh my god. Okay, this is the one helmet I've had trouble with. It looks like it has an end that isn't properly hollowed out. So this one, oh, there we go. It went on, but the face did its classic signature slide off the side. I don't know what it is with these customs that the head likes to stick to the helmet and usually slide with it. So if you put it improperly, it'll, you know, be off center. But here we got his helmet on, a little bit off center. That's okay, but it looks a lot better than what it was before. Now these swords into this sheath, whoops, they went all the way through pretty quickly. The other two for Jay in particular were not as easy as that was. So again, the quality varies depending on what you're getting. I can't expect them to have amazing quality on all of these, of course. Again, I imagine these are mass produced. I don't think they're very, like, you know, top-notch quality check like maybe Lego would do it, which is okay. For the price that you're paying. Oh, where did I put that, Lloyd? Oh, here it is. For the price you're paying for a lot of these and the shipping on top of that, it's not that bad, really. I thought it was really good price, all things considered. And for the amount that I got, it was really great. Okay, next up is Skybound Kai, and that face looks really nice. I can kind of tell that it's not a genuine just because of the headline right there, and also I feel like the scars are a little bit longer on him, are they not? Maybe his face was a little bit stretched out on like the print, but other than that, it looks nice. Again, these are looking pretty good. We're going really well for the majority of these. I think I only had trouble with 2 of them, or no, just 1 of them. Nothing too crazy, and I'm getting a little bit better at placing these hands and the arms. The twist method definitely works. Some of them are going to be very just not easy to like get in there, and you might have to do a little twist and turn. This one in particular, holy shit, it's very rough. And getting Kai's arms on, one of the hands I had trouble with, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't wanna fidget with that all video. And swords, getting this going. These are looking pretty good. I'm very happy with this, and again, they don't just have Ninjago, they have other series. I found some minifigs for like Berserk, for Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and I'm gonna be one of those people right now, and I'm very sorry for those of you who make your money doing this if you happen to watch this video for whatever reason. But do not buy from TikTok. Do not buy these Lego replicas from TikTok, because I've seen some of these that are on this site in particular on TikTok, and I feel like they themselves have bought plenty and are then upcharging you guys. Some of these are 50 cents, you know, $1, $1 and some change. You know, I think the most I've, you know, put in the cart for one of these was like $1.50 or something like that. Personally, I wouldn't be buying from TikTok because, you know, they basically just drop ship in these and telling you that they're selling it at a better price when they're really not. I don't know, I guess maybe offsetting the difference between shipping from China to then getting it from here in the States is a little bit different and more worth, but I personally wouldn't recommend it. I think it's dumb. I think, again, you can just find these from this website, and so far, as you guys have been able to see, the quality has been good. You know, yeah, they're not genuine, whatever, but they've been looking great. The prints are great. They look like what a genuine one would look like. Like, look at Nia's face. Nia's face looks pretty good. Pretty good for a replica, you know what I mean? Some of them might not have the double face print, and that's okay, but for what you're paying, you know, if you're going to be the only one looking at your collection and, you know, you don't really care what's it matter that, you know, they're not genuine? I personally think. Now, come Brick World, and we're, you know, over there, and I find some of these, you know, genuine ones, and they're pretty good price. I'm not gonna say I won't maybe cop me one or two, but, you know, if again, you know, money is an issue for getting these type of Lego sets, and I know it is sometimes for me, getting these alternative ones are definitely worth, so far, the price that I paid. Now, I've ordered a second set, just because there were some suits that I had realized I didn't have figures for, and trying to find them online, I just wasn't gonna pay $20-30 for a minifig, up to $50 for some of them, just because they were, you know, very rare. I'd rather just see that these were good and the quality is nice, and then maybe order some more. And I kind of pulled the trigger on the second batch before getting this first batch, just because I was, you know, I saw some of the newer minifigures on there that I wanted to get, and so I went ahead and did that. But I'm happy I did, because if the next batch comes out anything like this, then gentlemen and ladies and, you know, whatever, we are going to be cooking. We are going to be cooking, and the series is going to be going on strong with another video on the custom minifigs. I had seen also website. Oh, this one's sword doesn't want to go into the sheath. Lovely. I also found websites for other people who personally make their own custom stuff. Definitely give those a check out. Her sword is stuck and I won't go further in, so that's where we're going to leave it. Now the next two I'm going to build together. They're from the same series, and it's the only two that I needed to get. And it's a version of Zane. Now, as far as I know, there wasn't a version like this in the actual like sets. From what I could tell on my research, Zane, oh, I don't know which hand goes with which. I'm just gonna make it how I think. But as far as I know from this season, Zane was the pink suit ninja avatar. So he, as far as I know, didn't get an official Digi like suit the way the other guys did, or maybe he did in the game, in this series, and I just haven't seen, because I haven't made it to this season. I discovered the Digi sets when looking for other sets. You know, I saw that they had like the box for Kai's avatar and Jay's avatar and stuff, and I thought that was cool. So I started searching up these sets, and I got some of them. As you guys can see, I have the big, what I assume is a castle or just, you know, temple for the fight against the, I'm assuming, the main villain. Again, I haven't seen this season yet, so I don't know anything about it. I'm just going based off of what I see. But I got the Kai mech, his little mech that turns into a plane as well. And I got the other guys from the temple one. So I wanted to complete the series and get this version that I saw, because sometimes on this website they'll do custom suits that haven't been, you know, in the show. They're just ones that they created on, I'm assuming, their own, and they're really cool. I thought they were really interesting, and I'll show you guys those at the end so that we can keep going through the official ones right now. Ooh, I just bent this sword on accident because it wasn't slotting in properly. But look at this. If they would have done, you know, a suit for Zane and it came out like that, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if they based this off of the other characters and then just gave Zane, you know, one in his color variation, which could be very possible. But this one looks great. This one's one of the cooler ones. I'm very excited to get to this part of the season, because again, I didn't even know they were going back to another Digiverse and stuff like that. So if you guys have made it this far, I'm gonna do the usual thing. No, I'm just kidding, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I appreciate you guys making it this far, though, for real, if you're still watching. I know I've kind of been yapping about Ninjago, and then also building some of these parts off camera and not really showing much, but I've never filmed a Lego video before, and as you can tell, that's very apparent, but I'm very glad to be making one. I've been itching to make a video about something, and I have a backlog of things to make videos on, but I just haven't been getting that spark, you know, that spark for the YouTube grind. But after doing this and watching a lot of Lego videos, I've been watching a lot of different Lego YouTubers, and I'll plug some of those down below so that you guys can give them a look. Ooh, Nia's head is a little bit not properly there. I'm gonna see if the other side printed better. I assume it did. Or, well, I gotta turn her head because her armor blocks her back. But for the other side, oh yeah, okay. So the other side looks better. The mask forms better to her I'm assuming Digiverse form, and that looks pretty good. But yeah, I'm hoping to continue making more videos on this stuff. Again, if you guys want to see me build some of those sets I showed you guys earlier off to the side, the ones that are still boxed up, I can do that. We can do a review video on that where, you know, I'll do a time lapse of me building it. That way you guys don't hear me yet. Oh, another sword bent. The one side, there's one side that goes in easy and another side that bends the sword. This right side for me bends the sword. This left side goes in pretty smooth. Add them to the rest of the collection. Moving on to another set of possession suits. This Lloyd head looks pretty good. Nice, spot on. This suit looks great as well. If you guys see that detail right there. Okay, kitty boy, please. He keeps trying to get up here. He wants to be right here. He sees an open space and he wants to lay all over. He sees an open space and he's like, oh, that's for me. But this is the deepstone set when they wore the deepstone armor so that they wouldn't be able to get possessed by Moro. And another set of my favorite suits because I love the all black style. I love that glossy black. It looks like a very dark black on them, and I think it's really cool. I also liked the black shoulder pads that they got given. That was really nice. Just the entire like possession arc was one of my surprisingly favorite ones. I didn't think I would be too interested when it first started because I was like, what is this on the very first episode? But as it kept going and the story progressed, it actually became really interesting. Who would have thought that Wu had another student? That was a shock for me. Again, I haven't watched this series or kept up with it the way I would have when I was a kid, or the way I did when I was a kid. I was so hyped about Ninjago, and I'd do anything to try and see. Is this a Kai face? This kind of looks like a Kai face, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, again, I'm sad I missed out on a lot of these sets. So here I am trying to not repay, but reignite my passion for Ninjago, and even if it is through these custom figures, hey, I think they look great. I mean, shit, for what they're going for now, this is definitely the greatest alternative. So I put him off to the side. Next up is Nia, Deepstone Nia. Now, I don't know about you guys, but maybe some of you guys were like me and a lot surprised when Nia became a ninja. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Hold on. It's not because she's a girl. Trust me. I know how much Nia would hate that. But it's because I genuinely thought they were going to keep her as Samurai X forever. She was crazy good as Samurai X. She was a beast. Every time she pulled up, she saved the guys. You know, she was very good with her mech builds and her vehicle builds and just, you know, being a tinkerer. I thought she was going to be like their engineer or something forever, you know, the person behind the screen. So it was a very shocking discovery when they were trying to put her as the water ninja. And I was so confused because I was like, what? Nia, a ninja? But they tried it. She wasn't the green one. You know, she was meant to be Samurai X and, you know, the pilot of the bounty. And I thought she was always going to be on the sidelines just because, you know, she was good at that. But no, she is the water ninja. Another thing that Wu denied telling them at some point. And, you know, he had his reasons. He thought she wasn't ready. But very early on, I guess she wouldn't have been, but you know where she was then, I think she was pretty good. Deepstone Nia, guys. Her shoulder wiggles a little bit right here, so it doesn't see all the way. But again, unless you're moving her and putting her on other sets, it's not really much of a difference. You'll know if it's a genuine Lego because they'll have it branded somewhere on the piece. As best as they can. I know Lego being, you know, a very big company as it is, doesn't want people to just claim anything as Lego. So you know, even if I were to be like, man, these look real. Again, looking for the Lego branding on these, you can certainly not find them. But again, if anyone, the only way someone's gonna know is if they're looking straight at your collection. But again, why should you care whether they're genuine or not? Unless you're trying to sell them off and trying to sell them as genuine, then that's where the problem lies. You know, we shouldn't be doing that. But if these are for your personal collection, and you know you want them, and you don't particularly mind that they're not, you know, official Lego, then it's okay. I don't see why there should be any harm in that. Again, the armor piece for this one, it seems to be a little bit wobbly. I pressed down on his helmet and it actually locked it in place. Never mind. Maybe that's what I need to do with the Neo one, or the J one, sorry. Or was it Neo? Neo or J? Whoever just had the wonky armor piece. But so far, we're getting to the end stretch here, guys. I'm very sorry this video dragged out. Okay, battery change one more time. Discovery made. Not only is there one, there's 2 wings that they sent us. So kind of them. What a great company. And also, it's hole punch. So this is how they clip onto the back of the thing. So, let me show you as one does. You'll put this here. Oh, wait. The other way, sorry. You'll put this here and align it with the 2 holes right there. I'm assuming. I can only assume, and hopefully it slots in pretty nicely. And then these studs, you'll clip it in like that. That's how you get it in. Now let me do the other one so that I can properly close this. This is crazy cool. Again, these are actual custom ones. Here's the wing. This will go behind Cole. Actual custom minifigs that I'll probably end up swapping like one of his actual heads for. It's getting on there. It's just a little stuck right there because of the little flash right there at the top. I'll be able to keep him there. And then boom. And then his legs, of course. And his weapon, of course. Can't have him. Oh. It's a little bit tough to slot this in his hand. He actually doesn't want to keep hold of it. Lol. But yeah. Does he come with a stand? No, he does not. Nor a sword holder. I don't know why he has a sword. So here's one of those. Okay. Let's put him off to the side. Start on the next one. Next up is Kai, and it looks like they only gave us 1 wing this time, so maybe the 2 was a mistake, and it looks like maybe they accidentally gave us a couple extra pieces in that last set. Now, Kai's face definitely looks fake. It's backwards from what it's used to, but the suit looks cool. I think it's probably their own custom thing. Again, this one comes with a couple extra hands for whatever reason. So I don't know how they put these together. I just know that they put them together before they ship them out to you, so they probably have them already packed when they're making them. But I think this is really cool. I think these are really cool. These little custom ones, I like them. Now the hand does have a little bit of a production error right there. If it wants to autofocus, as you can see, there's a little bit of a little bit of an edge right there that's still on. It's like flash from the cutting process again. And getting his arm on there. Okay, this one is gonna stay on, luckily. Don't know why they grouped those 2 together. Put that in the back. Oh. Put this in the back. And then try and press them together as best I can. Yep. Let's remove Kai's head so we can place the wings on him, and hopefully these slot in a lot easier and I don't have to break them. No, I'm probably gonna have to break them to the neck piece because they don't want to slide on very easily. It's too small of an opening, so very tough, but building Kai's weapon now. I don't know where they took inspiration from this. So they put a diamond at the bottom, connected to a long staff with these axe pieces on the side. One above the other, I would imagine. So like this. There we go. And he also has what looks like the deepstone shuriken from the possession season. These go on very oh, well, actually that's something right there. Look at that. It's a little bit broken right there. He did get a red sword, but I guess this is supposed to be the main weapon. Set him off to the side. Moving on again to our favorite Ninjaroid. Now Zane does look printed a lot better than the other guys. I don't know what they were doing with the other two, but for Zane they seem to have locked in. Now these pieces right here, they come out bent, they come out very weak sauce. I can bend them pretty easily, so that's a problem. Keep that in mind when putting these together, that they will be a little bit tough to like slot into this bit right here, back here. It will be hard to place them in there, so keep that in mind. Again, doing it on camera is a little bit tougher than maybe what someone would be able to do off camera, up close and personal, but that is his second one built. These are obviously not the best studs, but again, these are custom. These are the genuine custom ones. Like these are not made. You're not gonna find a genuine version of this particular figure, which I thought was cool when I got them. I know I got a lot of ones from sets that already exist, so that's why I wanted to look for something new. And luckily this was, I think, the only custom ones that I could find, besides some of the ones that are like unreleased as well that they did. But yes, Zane. Sorry, I keep building these off of camera. I keep forgetting that. I keep building these off of camera when I should be doing it on the camera so that you guys can see. Water Nia, you know. Sheesh. Yeah. Then we put her with the rest of the gang. And I'm able to get it. Oh, I got it. I got it. There it is. Okay. Now let's get this head on there. Lloyd's head face, definitely fake. Definitely fake. Look at that. Holy crap. I think that this is gonna be one of the pictures I use in the thumbnail. What the, hold on, let me put him by himself. Put him by himself. Yep. Okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's pretty interesting. Let's see how his weapon is built real quick, just so that I can get this out the way. This at the bottom with this gray piece there. Well, not gray here, but whatever. This at the top so that I can grab the scythe bit. Now, this is pretty cool for Lloyd. As far as I know, Lloyd's never wielded a scythe, but if he did, I'm sure it'd look like this, and it would look sick. Lloyd with that, and then he has one of these mix and match sabers. You put one here, boom, one of these, and then the sword. But nothing too crazy other than that. Let's put these here, and oh wait, no, oh wait, no, yeah, I forgot. that's Nia, not Jay. Well, that is everything, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a little look at all the minifigures that I got going, but this is everything. These are all the minifigures we got from Emfigures. As you can tell, I kind of went crazy and splurged on a lot of different suits. Now, starting from the back up to the front, the quality is great. The quality starts perfect, it goes all the way down perfect up until these last custom ones. Of course, these more custom ones are obviously their own creations, so I can't expect the details on those to be as good. But other than that, this was a really great haul. I wasn't expecting the quality on some of these to be as good as it is. Again, I keep iterating that throughout the entire video, but it's wild. It's wild how crazy cool some of these look. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it at. I did a lot of unboxing and I gotta get a lot of plastic thrown away right now, so that's gonna be fun. But if you guys enjoyed, please tune in for the next video, and if you guys want me to look at anything else, or you know, the videos I got for the other sets, let me know. But I'll catch you guys. Peace.